Happy New Year! In the spirit of New Year, New Me, and in direct contrast to my previous video, I'm going to be gushing about all the plants that I'm loving right now. Hello, my name is Palisa. Welcome to Plants and Things, where I talk about plants and things. Okay, so first on my list, which also happens to be my most favorite plant, is this Plectranthus verticillata. The name's a tongue twister, but the plant could not be easier to take care of. The mother plant is up there, and so I'm not going to take her. I'm not going to take it down to bring it, but I'll have a video of her. It's a beautiful plant. It's my favorite. This plant is native to South Africa, which is why it's so easy to grow. My mother got this plant. She got 3 cuttings from my grandmother's garden for me, and when she first gave these cuttings to me, I didn't really like the plant because it was so scrawny, but it honestly filled out in no time. I'll do a timestamp of what the plant looked like, but that's one of my favorite things that I absolutely love about this plant is how wily, for lack of a better word, the vines are, so that they curl into each other, and each vine has more than one vine growing from it, so that the plant becomes a jungle in itself. It also has these big leaves, and depending on where you put it in the sun, the leaves can become bigger or smaller. And also, each plant is unique because of the sun situation as well, so it gets sun stressing, so these vines can become purple and can be more green. And I honestly love this plant, absolutely love it, and I cannot recommend it enough. I think everyone should have this plant. It's also an extremely fast grower, so I've taken so many cuttings from this and I've given it to friends and family, and they've loved it too. So I should also mention that this plant flowers, which, while these blooms are dying right now, it's such a lovely surprise when it happens. And who doesn't love a blooming plant? Next on my plants that I'm loving right now is my Marble Queen Pothos. So while the mother plant is perched up high and can't come down, I do have some cuttings and a rooted baby. So obviously the marbling is gorgeous and how each of these leaves are unique, but I especially love the contrast between dark vines, like a vine with just the dark leaves and a vine with just the marbled leaves. I love the contrast between the two. And my favorite thing about the plant is how easy it is to propagate. And who doesn't love free plants? Next up on my list is this Peperomia Hope. So this is a cutting from a mother plant that my friend bought for me. The reason I love this one instead of the mother plant is because when I was doing my Instagram stalking, I honestly loved the picture of the smaller plants. And so when my friend bought me this plant, I thought I was getting the smaller plant, but it was actually huge. And I was kind of disappointed, which is obviously not good and nonsensical because it's obviously always great to get more than you paid for. But that's why I love this one more than the mother plant. But the mother plant has since grown on me, honestly. Um, why I love the Peperomia Hope in particular is this gorgeous growth pattern, and these leaves are like chubby and like this silver. They have this silver green, like silver green blue. It's weird. I don't even know what the color is, but they're so gorgeous and they have this veining. So I really love how the plant grows. So I do enjoy the mother plant as well, but this one is definitely my favorite of the Purpurea hopes that are in this household, because actually now that I think about it, there's more than just these two, and yeah, they propagate easy, which is why we have a whole family of them here. So next up is this gorgeous plant. It's the Syngonium albo. Um, I got it as it had 3 leaves when I got it, and I decided to let it grow out as a strand that was trailing down, and it was okay until it started doing like white green leaves. So I decided to chop it up, and I put 2 of the propagations into this original pot, and it's been filling up ever since. And this growth is from September And the most exciting thing that happened, I feel like I've been using that word so many times, but this is really exciting. All these things that happened are exciting. Was the original strand. It grew three nodes activated from the original strand, which is kind of like a treat from God. So I have 5 vines growing in this pot, and I saw something on Instagram where this lady said she lets it grow up and then grow down, which I'm trying to do. So now 2 of them, 2 of them, 3 of them, 2 of them, 2 of them. 2 is my final answer. 2 of them have grown to the top, and so now I'm gonna try bending it and taking it back down. And I'm looking forward to how it's gonna look when it as it fills up. But honestly, every time my eye catches this plant, I get distracted from my work. And so I hope my manager doesn't see this, but it's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And at some point, it started only popping out these green ones, but as it's gone to the top, it's bringing out the elbow, the variegation, and it's simply gorgeous. In keeping with the theme of syngoniums is this pot of syngonium white butterfly and syngonium neon. So my original intent with this was to have a pot of different syngoniums until I found out that most syngoniums are vining, and these two are a bushier variety. So in order for me to keep a variety of syngoniums, they would all have to be the same type, but these are the only 2 that I've found that are bushier. So please let me know if you know any other type of syngonium that is not vining but bushy besides these 2, because I'd love to continue this process because I honestly enjoy how these 2 play off of each other. I think it makes it gorgeous, and yes, so I'd love to continue with that. So I got this white butterfly, the syngonium white butterfly, from my mom. Yes, she's given me several plants. So I got this from her, and it was really small when it came, and it took quite a bit of time to get going. But now it's going, and now it grows. And this neon has been growing since I got it. Yeah, and so I enjoy the 2 of them together. I am not very good at switching them around because you're supposed to switch the plant so that it grows evenly. So it really, all of my plants lean towards the sun, and I'm not very good at switching them. But yes, this is definitely one of my favorites. When I look at it, oh, yeah, I love it. Last but definitely not least, though it's obviously not my favorite because my favorite is spoken for, is this Monstera adansonii. And what I really enjoy about this plant, because I'm obviously trying to not use love any more times, is the plant-planter combination. And I must say that when I'm watching YouTube videos, plant videos, I'm always like, I just love the planters that American YouTubers have. And so when I went on a trip to America this year, that was top of my list to get different planters, which I did. And so this combination is absolutely beautiful. And when I was getting this plant, I wanted one, one strand, one like going down strand. And so I got this plant from somebody on Facebook Marketplace, which I appreciate that you could get a plant because sometimes you don't want the big plant, and in store they have these huge full plants, which I didn't want that. So I really like that. And again, 2 vines are growing out of this, which is a treat from God because it's honestly nothing that I did. And I like that. And then I have this dinky one that is just doing its thing. And I don't know what that thing is, but I love how lush and big and always chubby these leaves are. And as much as these browning leaves from, from the first leaves are browning, which I'm tempted to cut them all the time, but they also really still look good. So yeah, I really like the chubby leaves, like the perforations. So I do think this is a really gorgeous plant to have in your collection. And that's a wrap. Please let me know in the comments below what plants you're loving right now. And if you're interested in getting any of the plants that you saw today, check out my store, which will be linked below. Until the next one, bye.